Welcome back. The Department of Military Veterans has many challenges, which include consequence management. That's according to the Deputy Minister of Defence and Military Veterans. Thabang Makwetla was responding to the Public Service Commission's findings of irregular expenditure by the department. So to give us feedback and looking at that report, we're joined by the Director General at the Department of Military Veterans, Irene Mpolweni. Irene, thank you so much for making time. How did this fruitless and irregular expenditure affect the functioning of the department, and how much are we talking here?
Indeed, the fruitless and irregular expenditure has affected the department in terms of the amounts. It is coming up to 119 million over the period of years.
And that's a lot of money. That was for what, 2019, 2020 financial year. Why hasn't there been consequence management? Why is it only happening now?
The department was doing a lot of research and investigations. Unfortunately, they ran out of time in terms of consequence management. And when the Public Service Commission requested the reports, in terms of the people who have been disciplined, the department could not fulfill the ultimate reports that were needed. Therefore, we had to sit as a department and make an analysis of the trend of the consequent management processes and also the amount that was involved. Hence, we decided at the end of the day, we have to put disciplinary processes in action. And we have some of our colleagues that we have put aside on a precautionary suspension for further investigations.
Yeah, and who are these senior managers who have been placed on suspensions, and what are they suspended for?
The senior managers that are involved is four. They are at a senior level, at a DDG level, chief director level, and also they have been set aside for further investigation in terms of performances, various other areas that they are affected in terms of governance, in terms of financial mismanagement and maladministration.
And has there been, in fact, anyone that's been held accountable for the procurement of the unregistered medical drug from Cuba? I think that was at a cost of about 200 million rand. I remember the former minister, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, announcing that there was a task team that was looking into this, but that was a long time ago. Has anybody been held accountable for that?
To date, the report has not been released to us. Therefore, the Department of Military Veterans and the Department of Defense is committed to the recommendations as soon as the report comes out.
Why is it taking so long for that report to be completed, DG? I mean, what we know so far is that the procurement was irregular. The drug wasn't registered by a regulatory authority. So at least you've got some preliminary information to work on, so you can look at people that actually approve this procurement.
I think it will be important that we wait for the outcomes of the investigation report so that we can be able to comment with the information that is being investigated properly. I think we'll have to await the period where the report will be tabled to the public as well.
But when can we expect that report to be tabled? And also the people that were involved in this procurement and are being investigated, are they still at work?
Of course, when there's investigations, it differs in terms of what is being investigated. In some instances, officials will have to be put aside. In some instances, the officials are at work. In this case, the process is still in progress.
So some people have been put aside, but some that are being investigated are still at work?
The processes differ, as I've indicated. Some will be put aside on precautionary suspensions. Others will be still at work, depending on the circumstances. But I think it's important for us to wait for the processes to be finalized.
Yeah, but I'm trying to clarify, DG, as it relates to this investigation on this procurement of this unregistered drug. I'm trying to clarify if there are people that have already been placed on precautionary suspension or if no one has been placed on suspension as investigations continue.
To date, I haven't been given a report in regard to that investigation, and the status of the officials. But as I've indicated, that circumstances do differ. In some instances, officials, depending on the matter, would be kept within the department in their positions. In some instances, officials would be put on precautionary suspension. Today, their position.
Okay. Where is the drug now? Do we know what happened to it?
The process to date is still under investigation. There's no report that has been released.
So you are unable to say where that drug is that was purchased by the department? You don't know what happened to it yet?
We'll unfortunately have to wait for the report because the process is still underway.
Okay. As we wrap up, I have to ask you about the Secretary of Defense, Sonto Kujo. It's now been revealed that she doesn't possess a valid security clearance certificate, and she appears to be the subject of a criminal complaint by the State Security Agency. How are you dealing with this as the Department of Defense?
For now, there's not any formal communication that has come to me forwardly in relation to the matter. We will await the process to unfold, and then we can be able to comment.
What is that process that you are waiting to unfold? Is there an investigation into this claim that she doesn't possess a valid security clearance certificate?
As I've indicated, there's no information that has come through to me formally. Upon the information comes formally, the matter will be dealt with.
Okay, thank you for making time. Director General at the Department of Military Veterans, Irene Mpolweni.